Hey, so just so everyone's aware that this video, some of it at least, will have a voiceover like this, what you're listening to right now. And other times, it will be me talking at the time of making the video. And the reason why is because sometimes things happen, you lose the media and content, and so you have to fill it in with me talking. Okay, so today we're making Borek, as you saw. We're gonna saute those onions and that garlic in olive oil. This pan right here that y'all looking at, man, I actually found it at a Goodwill, and I want to say somewhere in the Bay Area, somewhere in the East Bay. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure. I think it predates the pandemic. But maybe not, because when I think about it, like, it was mad empty in the Goodwill, and which is preferable for me. And I mean, it comes with a lid, like it's a Kirkland, I mean class for that ass. So it's really heavy and it's amazing. Alright, so next thing we're gonna do is drop in our 2 pounds of ground beef. I don't even know if we need 2 pounds of ground beef. I'm just experimenting and see what happens. If we don't need all this ground beef, then I will find another way to eat it. Maybe make it a breakfast. Anywho, here goes 1. Here goes 2 straight out of the package. 80-20. I didn't put any extra oil down for the burger meat because to me 20% fat releases hella fat, so I didn't feel like you need all of that. Also, I like this brand. Whenever like we order beef, this brand comes, and it's dope. I didn't even know it was a cooperative of family ranchers, but look at that. And animal welfare certified, and we love our animals. Okay, be back. So now we move on to the filling. And I want to say what inspired me to make this Borek is, first of all, anything filled with phyllo dough and hella butter is works for me. Straight up, these pasture-raised eggshells, they got some damn gangster chickens in the pastures. And I can already see an eggshell over here in the cut. But bang, we got it. Alright, eggs down. And let's just go ahead and whip them up real quick. Alright, then I'm going to add some sour cream. Pretty much whatever I have left over in here. So close to half a cup, if not a half a cup of sour cream. Because this is what the Borek recipe has said. And even though I don't remember how much, we just gonna go with it. Alright, so let me mix that up too. I feel like this shit gonna be salty than a mother. Alright, then we're gonna add some feta for all my feta lovers out there. So I put in a little, I don't know, a little more than half of this. I don't really, I mean, this feta isn't my preferred brand, but Sheltering in Place said you gonna get what you gonna get. This is like a California mozzarella, because I just want a cheese pool. Another thing it asked, or some people put in, was oil, olive oil or butter, but I thought to reserve some of my beef fat and pour that in. So let's get that mixed up. And this is just gonna go on those in between the layers of phyllo dough along with the meat. And then I'll grab some green onion because I have a relationship with onions. And next week, somebody very close to me, very special, is having me do a low FODMAP diet. So I won't be eating any garlic or any onions for the next week to try and check out what's going on with my digestive system. Maybe I'm allergic to something, I don't know. But anywho, this is it, man. And I will be back to ready our phyllo and get it all together. So like I said, some media or content goes missing sometimes, or honestly isn't really worth, I'll be honest, we thought that we were recording the first part of this layering, but really it was a picture that took forever. And then at the end realized that nothing was recorded. So here we are, on our probably 90th layer of of beef and cheese, or the cheese mixture, the beef just layered on top of each other. This was really inspired by Action Bronson. He did a show where he went home to Albania, and one of the things that they ate there was Borek, and I was in love. And so I knew that I wanted to try it. Before I tried it, I went on Yelp and I tried to find a place that would make it, but I wasn't successful. If any of you guys know any places in the Bay Area, California, that makes Borek, I would love to have it again. As you can see with layering, like the phyllo dough tears if you don't have it moist enough. It dries out. Yep, there you go. It dries out hella fast. And in between each layer, you have to oil the Borek. I started off with butter. I buttered every layer until I ran out of butter, and then I moved on to olive oil. So this right now is olive oil, and phyllo dough is just a really thin, flaky, buttery dough, very similar to a pie crust, just super thin and delicious. And when it bakes up, it gets mad crispy. So I'm pulling it on the side. I want to give it that really pretty ruffled look. You remember back in the day when you went to church and you had to wear them socks, the ladies know what I'm talking about. You had to wear those socks. First of all, you had your Mary Janes, and then you had your socks that you turned down with the ruffles on them. Yeah, that was me for a time, and then I had to move on to who I really am. But yeah, so cutting it I thought would be a good idea. I saw some really amazing Albanian grandmother cutting her Borek. She's obviously had look at my hand, I'm done, I'm tired, I'm over it. I'm ready to cut somebody with that damn knife. But I decided to keep going because I didn't know how it was gonna bake, and it seemed like a good idea. And then I said, you know what, I'm not gonna keep doing that. Let's pop this baby in the oven. So what I learned about Borek, the way that I have it spelled, is it's a Turkish pronunciation. But there are so many different types of Borek. I mean, it's amazing. Some people just sort of roll the Borek and slice it and then put it and mix it with the meat and the cheese and everything, and then it happens to work out that way. But I wanted a more crispy version of it. But yeah, Borek is a family. It's a family of baked filled pastries made with a thin, flaky dough such as phyllo or yufka, typically filled with meat, cheese, or vegetables. And I mean, look at it. Look at it. It's amazing. I cut some for myself. No one else ate the Borek but me, and I will tell you, it took me 3 days, but I almost got through like half the pan. But you can see the layers of the meat and the cheese, and My mouth is watering right now from it. But you see all the layers of the phyllo dough, how crispy, well, not the bottom, but that's fine. I picked it up like a pizza, and I just went in, and it was so fire. Please make this. It literally takes nothing, man. Just some meat, phyllo dough, and cheese mixture. If you're vegetarian, you could do veggies and leave out the meat. I want to thank you for taking the time to enjoy the experimental cook. I will be here on a weekly basis, so you might as well get used to it. Come on over, like and subscribe. Experimental cook, we out, baby.